We won't pay striking university lecturers' salaries as consequences for the action, Buhari government insists. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post hot juicy news updates. Please click on the notification bell. Sahara reporters had reported that the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, had on Monday extended its industrial action, which is in its 6th month. The Nigerian government has insisted that the striking universities lecturers will not be paid their withheld 5-month salaries. This was disclosed in a statement released by the Federal Ministry of Education, claiming that the no work, no pay principle adopted by the government is part of the Nigerian labor law and rooted in one of the core principles of the employment relationship. Sahara reporters have reported that the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, had on Monday extended its industrial action, which is in its 6th month. The union extended the ongoing strike on Monday after its National Executive Council meeting, NEC, as its headquarters at the University of Abuja. ASU President Prof. Emmanuel Osodeke earlier confirmed that the union NEC would meet on Monday to decide on whether to call off the strike based on the Nigerian government offer or to declare an indefinite strike. ASU embarked on strike February 14th, 2022 over the government failure to meet its demand, including improved university funding. But while the government has addressed some of ASU's demands, the university's lecturers' union rejected some of the government offers, describing them as miserly. Meanwhile, the statement reads, I am directed to acknowledge the receipt of your letter with reference number COPSUNEX056 dated 19th August 2022 on the above subject and to reiterate that the principle of no work, no pay is a part of our labor law and common law, and it is rooted in one of the core principles of the employment relationship. Based on the above premise, the federal government has refused to concede to ASU's demand to be paid a backlog of their withheld emolument for the past 5 months because it believed that there should be consequences for the actions. The doctrine of the no work, no pay is a fundamental axiom in labor and industrial relations. These people, I don't blame them at all, to be very sincere with you. What do they know? Just tell me. That's all for me. These people don't know nothing. They don't know what we go through. They sit down there and on their high horses, sitting on public funds, send their children to school with public funds. And I don't blame them because they don't have a single clue what the common man go through to send their children to school. Now, the issue of, apart from the fact that children don't sit down for house for more than 6 months. Let us even forget that part. Do you know actually that some people, whether I like it or not, they paid for how many for 1 year and they have spent 6 months at home for their lodge. They paid the hostel for, hostel fee for how many years? For a year. And waiting. They never stay rich. They never even stay anything. Until just February they started now, the beginning of the year. And this is when? This is 6 months and they've extended the strike. And the government is not even having now. Wow. Sincerely, who did you even offend? He paid his children with our money to study in great university in England. This is what happens when professors help illiterates to rig election because of tribe or money. This man, I think I shall award this your comments, the best comments of the year. This is what happened when you where we say you know something, they help person where we say he no even know where they go. He does not even know where he's going to. You're helping him to become your leader. Does it make sense? Somebody that has no clue of leadership, you are helping him to rig elections. This man, I support your comment 100%. Anybody campaigning for APC is either a terrorist, bandit, ritualist, kidnapper, thief, or mad person, be it a politician or an ordinary citizen. They belong to any of the affirmation group. Imagine the rascality. My dear, I don't blame people who come out and they're just frustrated. That is why sometimes I see people, when they hear that you're supporting APC, they become very offended. they use offensive remarks. Sometimes, that's why I always say, I don't blame these people. Sincerely, I don't blame them, because if you look at all the, permit me to say, fruits of APC all around Nigeria, you will tell you go tell me, say, you know, blame people, be say they vex for people who say they campaign, or they even say vote for APC. Now me they tell you truth. At the end of Buhari 8 years tenure, every Nigerian life deserves a certificate of survival. You know, easy at all. My dear, you can say this again and it's not funny. There are several other government agencies currently on strike that are being paid. What is special about ASU's case, if that is the problem? But the issues are beyond this. Okay, I don't know how true it is that, you know, some governmental bodies are striking and are still paying. But the thing is, are they trying to say that people no longer have the right to come out and, you know, say how they feel about something? They don't have their right to come out and talk to the government and tell the government that what they're doing is actually not right. So they're saying if they come and give us shit, wrap it in a paper and give it to us, we should take it and eat it as food. I don't get. We are all our fundamental rights. Can you now see that all our rights are just laws on ink and paper? It does not hold any value except for these people. Now, wow. Now, wow. But billions can easily go to Castilla herdsmen, private castle business, rearing business. God is above every human being to judge and fight for those parents and teachers and students. Now, let me burst your bubble. Do you know, in the midst of all this ASU strike, where we say ASU, they say make government pay them. Government, they talk, say they no one pay. Do you know the government released 6-point-something billion naira for cattle rearers? Do you know that? Now, tell me how ASU will end the strike. First of all, we are saying, okay, the government was sending them no money. And the government gifted Niger 1.1 billion, 145 million naira. Imagine the money. Now, I'm even saying, okay, even if you're not going to do everything once and for all, if you're not going to start paying ASU everything 100%, but can't you give them like a 60 or 70%? You're the old person, let's say 100,000 naira. You give the person 60,000 naira and you tell the person, please, I will spread out the remaining 40,000 naira. I will pay you 10 or I will pay you this so amounts every month. Let's say 10 every month. So that in the next 4-5 months, I am through. And the person pays you 60, and maybe next month, the following month, the person pays you 10. The next month, the person pays you another 10. And maybe in the 9th month, in the 3rd month, the person is supposed to pay you another 10. The person comes to you and tell you, say, bro, so abi sister, this money they had me. You're going to hear them out because the person have proven to you to a point that the person actually working on trying to, pay off his or her debt. But the government is not even doing a 50 or even a 30%. They want, to sit down and want everything on the short. In fact, if a person will speak tomorrow times, the only solution to our problem is for us to make sure we get our PVCs, keep them, and make sure we vote the right persons who really love this country and want this country to be working. All right, on this note, we've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy.